Hi friends, I've had some questions about how I built this back hatch door on my trailer, so I just kind of wanted to break down the process for you. I'm not sure I have much video from when I actually built it, but I wanted to explain now how I did it. So, let me flip this around here. Okay, so the hatch here is 4 feet by 3 feet, more or less. What I did is I started with a piece of plywood here on the back. The whole back here is 4 feet tall by 5 feet wide. It's the whole back of the trailer. So, 6 inches smaller on each side here, and maybe from top to bottom, yeah, I'm probably about 3 feet. So to start out, I had my sheet of plywood there. I cut it down to be 5 feet by 4 feet. So just one cut there, cut 3 feet off of a 4x8 sheet of plywood. And then using a jigsaw, I cut out this 4x3 piece of plywood. And that piece of plywood ended up becoming the door up here. Cut that piece out. That was the start. I actually did all of the priming and painting of everything before I installed any of this. So that happened in between, cutting it out and actually installing it. To hang the door, I used a hurricane hinge, which I bought from Vintage Technologies, same place that I bought my doors from. Really great stuff. So this, as you can see, it's on these gas struts here, which I just bought on Amazon. They're for like a truck canopy, truck camper. So this hurricane hinge, the benefit to this is the way it's set up, water cannot get into the hinge at all. So the water comes down, comes over, and runs off, and the hinge is actually inside here. It's just kind of a piece of metal that's rotating inside a little chamber there. I'll link to their stuff so you can see kind of how it works. Now, I first put this top piece on. I knew it was going to be a little bit wider than my door by like an inch on each side, so I made that piece longer than the piece that's actually mounted to the door, because the hinge comes in two pieces. There's the piece that is connected to your body, and then the piece that's connected to the door. So that top piece is about an inch longer, just so I don't have any water that drips down into the door here at the top. So first I mounted this top piece. It's got screws just like these all the way along the top. I just bought these at Home Depot. They're like self-tapping screws. They're maybe a little overkill. As you can see, I put about 20 of them on top here. Same thing. It's just got a little cover up here that's covering them up to kind of look nicer. And it came with that. So I installed that piece there. Then I installed this piece along the top here on the door off of the hinge. And then I brought the whole door up here, and it just slides in from the end. So the whole door just kind of slid onto there, kind of to wiggle it down onto the hinge. I can maybe try and find a video of how that works and link it down in the description. Then obviously installed these gas struts. I didn't really know what I was doing. Someday I would like to make this better, but for now it's just these 2x2 pieces. As you can see, I didn't do a very good job of drilling before I mounted these to the door. But these gas struts come down back into behind here. They're mounted here. They're pretty strong, good stuff. I've had to make a couple modifications just to make them work better. Then on this here and on the door all the way around, so all the way around the sides and the bottom of both the door and the frame, this is called C-channel, aluminum C-channel. Sometimes you can get it black. I had to paint mine black, and I just used some black Raptor liner for it, and that seemed to work really good. And they're just put on with some screws, as you can see down here. They're just put on with screws there. I did use a countersink to make sure my screws weren't sticking out much, because I don't want them to stick out so that when I close the door it doesn't get caught on there. So countersunk those screws first through the aluminum C channel, or U channel, I can't remember if it's U or C. So that's installed all the way around the frame and the door. Then I got this aluminum flat bar here and put a little weather stripping on it. So that keeps most of the dust and water out. Now I couldn't figure out how to have that up here, since I have my gas struts that need to be able to close through here. So I've had to kind of figure out what I'm gonna do there, and I think I just got this like foam tape that's like a weather stripping tape that you can put around windows. I got that, and it's actually the perfect fit. So I might go through and just put that kind of all around to try and keep the dust out. I don't mind the water so much. I don't think the water would really come in too much, but the dust going down dirt roads just fills this thing up. And then I just got these little handles on Amazon. I bought a different set to start and had a little bit of problems because they weren't 3/4 inch thick. They were meant for like glass on like a truck camper. So I had to buy these ones which were a bit bigger, and I could set the depth. So they could be like 2 inches thick wood and still work. So you can change the level of this thing here. So anyway, these were like, I don't know, $15 or something, and they lock. They're great. So yeah, that's the basics of the door. Let me know what kind of questions you've got. I'll try and answer them as best I can. Next time I build one, I'll definitely document everything better and explain my process rather than doing it months after. Later today, I'm going to be building the solar shower for the camper, so keep an eye out for that video. I've got a big road trip coming up. I'm going to drive out to Michigan and back, and I hope to have that solar shower done for myself and also for my dog, because she's going to be going with me, and I want to make sure that we can keep her clean before we go to sleep at night. So keep an eye out for that video, and we'll see you guys soon.